Hello and welcome to the first Amiami Recap of 2022. If you're new to this series, I basically go over a bunch of pre-orders that have shown up over the past month on Amiami, and I talk about my feelings. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first up we have Megahouse's Sakura Deluxe Naruto Gals version 3 thing. This is a big title. That's a lot of qualifiers for this character. I'm typically not that fond of what Megahouse does, but I really like this one. I think it's got a really good balance of color between this rocky brown base and then all of the pink and white of Sakura and all of her effect parts. I like all the rubble that's flying off, and it seems like it's been very smartly attached to the impact effect parts that are going on. The only thing that really scares me is this huge price tag. She's about $300, and I don't know if she's worth that much, but she sure does look really impressive. However, it's never me praising Megahouse without me ragging on them immediately afterwards. This is the Lucrea Joker from Persona 5, and I am not a fan of this, really. Why is his coat so glossy? It's so silky shiny, I don't understand. And I don't know, I don't really like this lean he's got going on. It's alright, like if you want Joker, what else are you gonna do? The other scale of him is by Kotobukiya, and that one looks okay. And then the only other one I like is the Prime 1 statue, and that's like probably way too big and out of way too many people's price range to be a viable recommendation. So I don't know, maybe I'm being overly harsh on it, but I don't think it looks that great, especially since they can't do any shading or anything on him. So this is C from Myethos's A to Z line. A to Z? Should I say the Z? Z? I believe she was the fourth one. I think they've done B, S, and D at this point. And this is probably the first one that I don't like. She's sitting down, whereas the other three all have these nice, confident standing poses. The whole head to me just, it doesn't feel right. She looks like one of those creepy dolls and not what I would expect in a scale figure like this. Okay, I just checked the original artwork and it looks good. I just think it's translated really poorly here. Usually I'm like really impressed with Myethos, but this figure, I don't know, I'm not feeling it. Even at this price I wouldn't even consider buying it, despite her being so relatively cheap compared to other 1/7 scales. Here is a Slokai figure. This is the second one I've seen. I only remember because that name is so ridiculous. And these photos kinda suck. She's like so small in all of them. Why? Let me see the figure, please. It's really a shame we can't see it because I love this prototype a lot. Something about this character design really speaks to me. I basically always love gold accents. I really like the sculpt because that whole like dress coat thing is so flowy, and she kind of looks like a flower. It's just, let me zoom in. This photo is too goddamn small. This is so low res. I like it. It's not something I'm going to take a chance on and pre-order, however, but if you do, I wouldn't blame you. I think she looks really nice. Wait, these Fire Emblem figures are actually by Intelligent Systems? I thought they were done by Good Smile. I especially remember I really liked Lyn, and I thought Ike looked pretty good, and now we have Byleth. She has a pretty interesting character design. These like holes in her stockings or something? I don't understand the purpose of that, but it looks kind of cool. And I really like the color of her hair. It looks like there's some really good shading in there, or it's just like catching the light really well. She also has like a normal sword, which I think looks really cool. But then there's also like the curvy fire sword, and I bet like 95% of people buying this are gonna display it with the fire sword because that is a really cool looking effect piece. I don't know a whole lot about this, but I guess the sword like comes apart. You can kind of see all the little bits and bobs of the sword underneath that effects part, and I think that looks really cool. Like, a really clean detailing there. Yeah, she looks interesting. As someone basically completely uninformed about Fire Emblem, I think it looks pretty good. This is a really interesting concept for a figure, I think, which is like a classic American like car hop waitress. I don't know if there's like a proper word for what this is, but she has roller skates. But I find this really fascinating. Kind of digging that hamburger more than anything else. Like, damn, that looks pretty good. The waitress girl? Yeah, it's whatever. Give me that hamburger. I also think these see-through clothes are pretty cool. No, she's even got like elf ears. That's cute. It's not something I'd buy, but I definitely appreciate its existence. Is this a light novel title? It looks like one. The Genius Prince's Guide to Raising a Nation Out of Debt? Sure. This is a really cute character design. Looking at the full body shot, I think she looks a bit short. I feel like the legs aren't long enough, maybe. However, I really like the face. I think that's super cute. And I especially like her top as well. I like how those colors work. I like the little details. I like the little sculpted creases and stuff in her shirt. And I especially like that wispy, jaggy hair sculpt going on behind her. Is that just a me thing who likes the design a lot? I like it. FuRyu also put up pre-orders for this figure, and this looks like another light novel title. This isn't the first figure I've seen try to get away with like a really wacky crystal base, but I think it never really works. Like all these rainbow colors and stuff as well don't really seem to fit with her color scheme. But I was gonna say, I don't really like this sculpt or the character design really that much. Like, this outfit just looks weird. Like, what even is that? I guess at least, like, she's got a cute face and nice hair, but I think that's all I really have positive to say about it. Okay, at this point, I'm just gonna blast through some swimsuit figures real quick. This is Good Smiles, one for Utaha. It's a respectable price for what it is. It's a swimsuit figure, so there's basically, like, nothing to it. These should never be, like, as expensive as they get. Here is Spiritail's Ryza, which is... oof, thick. Thick, I think, is the only descriptive word I can provide. There's not a whole lot to her, and she's, like, $250. I do find this, I guess it's a fee-themed, like, pool ring, but the meme only takes it so far. Spiritail figures seem to typically be on the pricier side of things, and paying that much for a swimsuit figure just feels kind of off to me. Especially when we have something like this one from Higurashi, which has like even more stuff going on in the base and the sculpt and everything. Like, I guess maybe she's a bit smaller, but as a whole package, I think she looks the most complete of all of these swimsuit figures in this batch. The others, we go back to just kind of boring, bland figures. And then finally, I'm counting this as a swimsuit figure, but I guess it's more of a wedding figure, but look at what she's wearing, come on. In what world is this a wedding? Funnily enough, I think I enjoy the wedding parts of this, but because it's not actually a wedding thing, it's just silly and dumb. and I hate this theme for figures. It's just, I don't know. Am I out of touch? No, it's the weebs who are wrong. I believe this is FuRyu's second attempt at a Pecorine scale from Princess Connect. I don't know, this looks weird. I think her face doesn't look right, and I don't know why. Maybe it's the, like, her cheeks or something, or how big her mouth is. The sculpt on this just looks really weird, and why is she holding this onigiri out? It's weird. All the supports that these effect parts need as well, just, yeah, it really rubs me the wrong way. I think the first one looked okay, so I don't really see why they feel the need to do another one. Kotobukiya is also getting in on the Princess Connect merch with this figure of Shizuru. I don't really know what to say about this. It's kind of just like, it's not bad, it's not outstanding, it doesn't have like some effect parts or a base or something to make it really outstanding and interesting, so I'm kind of just left with like this girl standing around with a sword, and I'm like, cool, I guess. Something that would fly under my radar usually. This is Serta from Arknights by Myethos. I saw a few little thumbnails of this when it went up for pre-order, but I never saw the full images, and god damn, this is good. This has to be, oh my god. Amazing pairing of Arknights character design, Myethos sculpting together. It's glorious. It's beautiful. How is it so cheap? I don't understand. Damn, look at that hand. That base is amazing. I love the way they've like made this magma effect. Oh, that's cool. It's really cool how that color fades into the translucent orange there. Oh, I don't even care that there's an anime girl on it at this point. Like, that hand as the base is like cool enough to buy it for. The sculpting on all these layers of the dress, that's nice. Oh, look at those little details. It's so tastefully done. The orange and that grey just, it really, really works. If I was gonna get one figure from this month, it's like 120% this. It's like making me excited just looking at it. I have no idea how Myethos can get away charging only this much for this figure. It's also that time in the video where I plug my CD Japan affiliate link. If you do want to buy anything from this video, check out my CD Japan affiliate link down in the description below. This is where I buy figures from because their prices are generally cheaper than Amiami. When you use my link, I also get some money back from that, and it means you're helping to support the channel and keeping these videos coming. Wow, it seems like all the good things have popped up right near the end of the month. This is Ulta's Megumi from Saikano. This just looks like a very plain and simple figure from Ulta, which is nice to see. It's kind of unassuming. I think as a whole package, it's really nice. And while, yeah, she probably should be cheaper than this, I feel like it's not that often we see an Ulta figure for under like 200 or 250. I really like the colors. I think her face is really delicate and really pretty looking. And if we look super duper closely, maybe you'll be able to see that the tips of her hair kind of fade into this really subtle, like purpley color, I think. It's good. It's Ulta. I'll basically always recommend them. And then again, another one by Ulta, but this one is like twice the price, which is Murasaki Shikibu from Fate Grand Order. She has like a lot more detail and a much crazier character design than Megumi. This sculpt is so clean. This character design is so unique, it's interesting to look at. This dress is really interesting how it like kind of tapers really thinly inwards and then billows back out again at the end. You'd even see they've like detailed the insides with blue of all those little ruffly bits. I think this is one of those things that will probably look a bit better in person. I think those blues will be able to pop a bit more. This is my Sakurajima Chinese dress version by Wing. And when I look at this, my mind immediately goes back to that other figure by Wing, the roller skating waitress lady. And comparing the two, I think the other one just has so much more personality than this. And my god, this circular white base is not helping her. Is there like a subset of people who just buy Chinese dress figures, like people who collect bunnies? I will say I do like the shine on this. I feel like I don't see that sort of shine all that often. But it seems like a nice tasteful dress, and I imagine it might look pretty good in person, but I don't know. It's my Sakurajima in a red dress. If you want it, you can have it. This is Max Factory's Black Rock Shooter, and she's coming out in August 2023. It's kind of crazy to think that 2023 is next year. God, this figure is beautiful. This figure is beautiful. Just, yeah. It's so cool. It's, oh man. I don't even know if I could call this a base, but all of the base looking parts look really good. I think her face is kind of unique looking. Doesn't look that anime, which is cool. And man, I think this is the only product picture that has this figure on like a light background. Like, this is the only way you can really tell how detached like each of those elements of the base really are. and it just looks really good. It looks like it shouldn't exist. Those things look like they're floating. I think all the other pictures make it hard to grasp how monumental this sculpt actually is. This is a work of art. I was going on about that Myethos figure. I completely forgot this one was here as well. They're both really, really excellent. It's just this one costs like $100 more. But what a figure it is. Like, imagine owning this on a shelf and it's just there and she's kind of just like, whoop. That's, it's good. It's good. I don't know what else to say other than it's really cool. Really getting into the good stuff. This is a figure by Apex from what I can assume is Chinese Paladin. This one looks really good as well. The first thing I want to jump to is it's got like this wispy, smoky cloud effect around the base of the tree. That's a cool effect. I never would have thought of doing that, but it really makes this character feel like she's high up and sort of in the clouds. And it doesn't make it feel weird that the base like sort of starts at this point. As usual by Apex, it's a really nice and attractive, well done character sculpt. The paintwork I think like isn't the most detailed, but I do really like this pattern part on her midsection. I think that adds, you know, a little bit of texture and interesting detail that otherwise wouldn't be there. And photos from angles like this just make the whole thing look really magical in a really nice way. And overall, I really enjoy this figure. I think it sort of tells a story and takes you to another world in a way that I'm always looking for in a figure. I want it to sort of tell this little story in this snapshot of a moment that transports me to that world. And I think everything this figure does is in support of that. And I think it's a hallmark of a great figure, a great sculptor, and a great manufacturer. So I'm really looking forward to seeing this finished. I want to see people like have it in real life, and I hope it looks as good, and I hope Apex does a great job with it. Apex is also doing a Arknights figure of their own. I don't care what her name is, all I care is that she's a fox girl with a trumpet, and how is that not the cutest thing you've ever seen? Her eyes, at least from this angle, look kind of dead inside. I think the painting on this figure is really nice. You've got some really subtle shading going on in this dress. One thing I'm always looking out for on like black outfits like this dress is how they're able to get some depth and some shading or highlighting on there. So here they've got a nice brown that they're working in to give it some depth, and I really enjoy that. God, oh, look at this photo. She's so cute. I like it. I like it. Oh my god. $400? FuRyu, are you kidding me? Dude, it's not worth that much. I haven't even looked at the figure yet, and I know it's not worth that much. Come on. She's so pale. She looks like a ghost. I like that. I love what they've done with the hair. There's so many, like, interwoven, flowy, floopy-doop strands. It's a fantastic sculpt. I don't think there's anything denying that. Like, that's magnificent. I don't want to say that this figure is worth it, because that's a lot of money. I would just personally find it very hard to justify that price. Like, even half this price is still 20,000 yen. You can get two really good looking Mikus. Or you can get this one. Maybe I'd get this one anyway. God damn it, I'm going against myself. It's a great figure, that price is a very tough sell, I think. Now for a Miku that may be in your price range is this one. Doing a little city sit on this beverage chiller, and she's looking kind of chill herself. And this is by Prime 1 Studio. I didn't know they made 1/7 scale of anything, but I think this looks pretty cool. I really like the clothes she's wearing. I think cozy is a good way to describe this figure. It just, I don't know, feels nice. It's sort of a weird theme for a Miku figure, but I enjoy it. And then finally, before we get to the speed round, we have this character from Data Life, who I've somehow never seen before. And so she matches up with Toka and Kurumi, and they make this cute little scene, which I think looks really nice together. I think when they integrate a set of figures this well, it really justifies buying the entire set. I know a lot of the time with lines of figures, like, you're kind of just buying individual figures and they all look very individual and separate from one another. So it's really nice and refreshing to see something that's been conceived as like a single set. It's cool to make like a diorama like this. I feel like what I was talking about with figures telling stories and transporting you to their worlds is also something that can be done in figures like this, where it's a set of 3 and everything kind of joins together to create a really nice, well put together scene. And you know, like, even if you buy these on their own, I still think they look pretty damn good. I don't know why pre-order's already closed for this. Must be that big blue gourd. Yeah, gourd. Surely they could have done anything cooler than this for Scarlet Nexus. Bruh. Alright, here's something you never knew you always wanted. A dual disc napping pillow. You put your arm in the dual disc and then sleep on it. Japan. Peak Japan. This Arsene is really cool, but everyone just dumps him like at the start of the game anyway, Lamau. Are there really people out there who double dip on these B-styles because now they're selling them with bare legs? Surely not. Surely not, right? Hey guys, remember the B waifu? They made a purple version and she's like just as cute. Oh my god, this is like the cutest VTuber Nendoroid. It's so cool. Look at him. Look at it. Look at the... We ever gonna get a Bastion Nendo? I love how happy these Grand Order pop-up parade figures are. This Mari looks exactly the same as all the other figures from this line I already talked about. Sheesh. So I was gonna talk about this and then I realized the skirt comes off. My Jambo Jet flies cheerfully. I'm gonna tell my kids this was Momo Yaoyorozu. Why does this character's dress make her look like she's about to go to the prom instead of her wedding? This figure's actually like pretty cool. Who's this Loki looking ass? I'm never gonna talk about idol figures again. She's kinda pretty though. I think this lady's gonna hurt her back carrying this huge axe. Like damn, she's tripping. I do appreciate the 4 close-up pictures of her face though. Every time I see this figure, I think her ponytail coming out here is an actual tail, and I get very concerned. It's a really pretty looking figure though. It's got a nice face. I'm gonna censor this. Okay, what a month. It really came out of nowhere and seemed to end really strong with a lot of great figures. And I hope you've enjoyed hanging out with me in this video. If you have, leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. So until next time, this has been the Ando Experience, and I'll catch ya in the next one. Bye!